Hey friends, it's me, Brett. This is a gentle, therapeutic, beginner-friendly low back strengthening class. Let's get on the mat.
It's time to feel uplifted.
To begin, come to all fours, and if you have a blanket as some padding for your knees, that can be really nice, not required. Stack the shoulders over the wrists, hips over the knees, and we're going to do a little bit of a variation on cat-cow. So inhale, open, broaden across the chest. Just gaze down for today. And then exhale, you're actually going to come into your Halloween cat shape. So curling the tailbone forward, looking at your navel, but you're going to sink all the way back to child's pose as you breathe out. Breathing in. Collarbones open, heart lifts, back of the neck stays long. Your exhale, rounding the low back, pulling the abs up towards the ceiling. Think of the tailbone curling forward until your seat touches your heels. And just flow between these two shapes, your own breath, your own movement, taking it really slow. When you're in child's pose, see if you can use the in-breath to initiate your movement into cow. And the exhale pulling you back. So the breath dictates the movement. And after your next cow pose, press back into downward facing dog. Pedal through the legs. Bend one knee and then the other. And once you feel like you've touched into the hamstrings just a little bit, bend both knees deeply, as if you wanted your knees to touch your blanket or your mat. And then visualize your two sitting bones like little eyeballs that want to see the ceiling. So really send the sits bones high, let the head drop. Just take a few deep breaths here, really pressing down through the knuckles. It's okay if the belly's really resting on the thighs, that's fine. Straightening the legs when you're ready. Take one hand, and if you have the blanket, just scooch it forward a touch. And then breathe in, rock forward into plank pose, and you can lower down in one straight line, or for a lot of us, we'll just take the knees down, shift the hips forward, and then bend the elbows to come down. So we're lying on our belly with the forehead on the mat. And we're going to do some therapeutic low back strengthening here, which is so beneficial, my absolute favorite thing to do. So feel your toenails click into the mat and engage your knee caps so that your legs are engaged. Your knee caps are off the ground. And then from here, we'll just start sending the crown of the head forward. So think forward before you come up into your little baby cobra. Kind of like we did with cow. Don't try to look forward or up, just look down. Squeeze your elbows together. And now lift your hands off the mat. So right away, you'll feel the muscles of the low back turn on. And you'll be like, ooh, this isn't fun. What's going on? Keep engaging through the legs. So visualize a really strong cobra tail back there. Kneecaps are lifted. Toenails click in. Try to get your kneecaps as far away from the ground as you can as you engage the hamstrings. And when you need to come down and rest. Catch your breath. We're going to do this 2 more times. So you can shift back or forward. The idea is that the blanket, if you have like kind of knobby hip points, is helping you be more comfortable here. If it's not, get rid of it. So coming into our second round, toenails, kneecaps lift, send the head, crown of the head forward, and then up. You're gazing down, and then to make sure you're not using your arms to press up, lift the arms off the mat. You might not come very far off the mat. It doesn't matter. All we care about is that the muscles of the low back are warming, heating, turning on. And if you've never worked with the low back muscles in this way before, it might feel a little bit uncomfortable, like ouchy. But what you need to develop a sense of as you do this therapeutic work is what the strengthening feels like. And of course, sharpshooting pain, you back off. But for a lot of us, this is just an unfamiliar sensation. Of course, when you need to rest, rest. Coming into your final round as you're ready. Legs super engaged. Think of the inner thighs spinning up towards the ceiling. Make sure the palms are lifted. It's a lot harder than it looks. So if you're like out of breath like me, know that that's normal. Okay, and then take the hands forward this time and rest your forehead on your stacked palms. And then just move your booty a little bit side to side like I'm showing here. And just taking the butt left to right. If you want, you can bend your knees and windshield wiper your legs left and right. So, if you thought that was hard, what we're going to do next is even more challenging, but stick with it because these exercises will completely transform your low back forever. They'll make it so much stronger. It's going to really aid your low back pain. And they don't take very much time at all. So take your hands to your low back now, both palms face up towards the ceiling, stacked. Take your right hand and left leg, so it's also a brain exercise, up. Try not to do the movement with the head and neck, so just keep gazing down. Lift the hand and leg as high as you can. And then as you exhale, you're going to take the cheek down to the ground that's the closest to your arm. And then do this on the other side. So left arm, right leg. Lift, lift, lift as high as you can. And then look away from the arm that's working. So you're looking to the right. Couple more. Exhale, look left. Inhale, left arm, right leg. Exhale, look right. Notice if you're rushing through these, the slower the better. If you can pause at the top of each, the better. Okay, that's good. Just rest after you've done both sides. Press yourself up to all fours. Just take the seat back towards the heels. Don't come into child's pose yet. Just giving the low back a little love. It's hard work, isn't it? Way harder than it looks. So I don't want you to come into child's pose yet. We're just giving the muscles of the low back a chance to recalibrate. This next one is the hardest one. So you can always go back to the first exercise we did of just the Cobra holds with lifting the hands off the ground. Otherwise, if you want to try this one or work up to it, you pull your thumbs into your fists, and you're going to nestle your fist right between your hip bone and your pubic bone. So right here, and this is where the blanket is really a lifesaver. So see, I'm going to nestle them in, my little fists. And then forehead is on the ground. You're going to lift both legs up off the ground. Inner thighs lift. So notice if your legs are splaying way apart in a big V, try to keep the legs as close together as you can here and breathe. So it's just your personal best here. You're just holding a static hold here for as long as you can. This is so great to strengthen the hamstrings and the low back. Keep thinking of lifting from the inner thigh so the pinky toes spin down. If you came out, come back in, join us for the last 10 seconds. And then let both legs go down. Whew. Now take the hands underneath the shoulders and press back into child's pose. Take the knees wide or touching, whatever is going to feel the best for you. You can rest the forehead on the stacked palms again. Rock the hips from side to side. I promise if you do these low back strengthening exercises once a day or every other day for a week or two, you will notice a difference. Come to lie down on your back. They're not the most fun poses to do. They're not graceful. They're not sexy. They're not as pretty as other things we do in yoga. But they really are so beneficial for strengthening the muscles of the lumbar spine. So here we're just going to pull the knees into the chest, but instead of pulling the shins and yanking down, although you can do that for a moment if you want to, place your hands on your kneecaps. Let your head relax. And then visualize your two sitting bones like we did before, like little eyes, except now those eyes want to peer downward towards your mat, kind of like you wanted to flatten a penny with your tailbone. So you're coming into your low back's neutral lumbar curve. So you feel like your low back's moving away from the mat. And as you do this, you can straighten the elbows, letting your knees drift away. Now keep thinking that you want to crush a penny with your tailbone. And keep thinking that your sits bones, like little eye sockets, want to peer down towards your sticky mat. Keeping all that, now bend the elbows and pull the knees back into the chest. Good. And do this a couple more times, super slow. Inhale, straighten the elbows. Exhale, bend the elbows, pulling the knees in. So this is subtle, right? The goal is we want to feel the low back lengthening. Sitting bones peering down towards your sticky mat. Nice. And then after your last one, just let the feet come as wide as your sticky mat, your knees into touch. Just take one hand to the heart and one hand to the belly. And just breathe here. Breathe into the low back. If you prefer to take the legs straight and long into Shavasana, you can do that as well. Just take a moment to really notice the after effects of all the low back strengthening. Your low back still may feel a little bit sore, tender from being strengthened in this way, especially if it's your first time. And when you're ready to eventually get up, pull one knee into the chest and then the other. Roll to the right side and really gently press yourself up to close your practice. I hope you come back to these exercises often and that your low back really transforms and changes for you as a result. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste. Hey, if you like this video, you are going to love my free Pure Beginner Master the Basics yoga class. Not only do I cover the top 10 yoga poses you're most likely to encounter as a beginner, but I give you a downloadable cheat sheet showing you exactly how to do each of these moves so you know you're doing them correctly. Let's banish the fear and confusion of doing it wrong. Let's master the basics together. Go to brettlarkin.com/beginner for your free download, and I'll see you on the mat. Namaste.